Hello and welcome to my channel. Here we learn the lore and stories of the world of Tyria. Today we delve into the Dominion of Winds to learn more about the Tengu race and their history. The Tengu are really secretive, so let's see what we will uncover. Sit back, relax and listen to The Tengu, Wings Against the Storm. As always, you can find the full lore on the Tengu on the official Gurus wiki. Let's begin. Before the dragons woke, before the kingdoms fell, before even the gods walked away, there were the Tengu. They were a proud and ancient people, bird-like in form, fierce in spirit, and tied to the wild rhythms of the world. Their feathers were bright, their claws sharp, their voices deep and musical, like the wind through tall trees. The Tengu came from Kantha, far across the sea. There, in misty forests and high mountain peaks, they had once lived in great flocks. They soared above human lands, watched from the shadows, and fought when they had to. But all was not peace. The war with humanity. In Kantha long ago, the Tengu suffered at the hands of humans. They were hunted, hated, and forced from their lands. A great war came, the Tengu Wars. And though the Tengu fought with all their strength, they were pushed back, scattered like feathers in a storm. Some stayed and fought to the end, others fled, sailing north across the sea, seeking a new home. That is how many Tengu came to Tyria. A new land, a new beginning. In Tyria, they wandered, cautious and proud. They wanted peace, but they remembered their pain. The Tengu stayed far from human cities. They built homes in quiet forests, in valleys hidden from view, and on high ridges where the sky touched the cliffs. Some settled in the Dominion of Winds, a massive fortress hidden within the Caledon forest. No one knows exactly what the city looks like inside, not even the Sylvari, whose forest it borders. The Tengu do not let outsiders in. But from what travelers say, it is a place of soaring towers, bridges of branch and stone, gardens alive with wind and song. A place of peace. A place of memory. It is surrounded by a massive wall, curved and high like the wings of a bird in flight. Feathers carved from stone lines its surface. Watchers keep guard day and night, their eyes sharp as blades. Inside, it is said the Tengu live in harmony with the wind. Homes are built into the cliffs, and walkways stretch between great perches and towers. Shrines honor the sky spirits and ancestors. They study old wisdom, wind patterns, star movements, and ancient songs of power passed down for centuries. The Dominion is not just a city, it is a sanctuary and a promise. A promise that the Tengu will never again be forced to flee. But it's also a fortress, built in case they ever must. A divided people. The Tengu are not all the same. Long ago, their kind was divided into 4 great clans, each with its own way of seeing the world. Angshu, wise and peaceful. They seek balance and honor above all. Senshali, fierce and warlike, known to be cruel, especially to humans. Karumi, cunning and secretive, masters of information and diplomacy. Avikara, nomadic and wild, they live closest to nature, following the wind. Most of the Tengu in Tyria today belong to the Angshu clan. They chose peace after the Kanthan War. They settled in the Dominion of Winds and turned their back on violence. The Senshali, however, still appear in the wild parts of Tyria. They are dangerous and bitter. Some say they worship darker powers. They are not welcome among their kin. The Karumi have vanished almost entirely from known lands, leading to whispers that they live in secret, manipulating events unseen. And the Avikara, last seen in the Shiver Peak Mountains generations ago, are thought by many to be gone, but some believe their feathers still brush the wind in distant wilds. Each clan once held its own sky rite, a code of belief tied to the stars and wind currents. Though many of these rites were lost after their exodus The Angshu keep theirs alive through song and ritual. The Elder Dragons rise. When the Elder Dragons returned, even the skies were no longer safe. Magic itself trembled, storms broke the mountains, forests changed, beasts mutated. The Tengu watched and waited. They did not join the early battles, they did not ally with the races of Tyria, but they did prepare. In the Dominion of Winds they trained, they studied, they sang old songs of prophecy. Some say they even have scrolls that speak of the dragons, ancient warnings written with feathers and wind script. And some younger Tengu left the walls, quietly, joining the Vigil or the German Priory, or seeking out the Pact. They wanted to help the world, to understand it, even if their elders warned against it. They brought back stories, warnings, and sometimes relics of the old world. The Tengu Today. As of the time of Guild Wars 2, the Tengu remain mostly separate. Their great city still stands, closed and mysterious, but their watchers walk the world. You can find some Tengu acting as scouts, teachers, or rare allies in key places. Some guard the forest paths near Caledon, others speak in riddles near shrines, or warn of dragons stirring in the wind. There are whispers that the Dominion of Winds may one day open its gates, especially now that Kantha has returned. Many Tengu dream of going back to their ancient homeland, now ruled by Empress In. Some of the younger generations speak of diplomacy, of sending an envoy back to Xingye Island to meet their Kanthan kin once more. Others speak of war, of finishing what was started long ago. But still, the elders hold council. The great wind chimes ring out each morning, and the shrines are dusted each night. The Dominion remains still, watching, listening, and waiting. Feather and Flame. The Tengu remember. They remember the loss of their lands, the betrayal of men, the storms and skies they once ruled. But they also remember honor and balance, and the truth the wind never stops moving forward. The wind always has a path. The Tengu wait, their wings folded, but one day they may fly again. Not as refugees, but as guardians of a world they have always loved, even from afar. And when they do, Tyria will hear the sky sing once more. This has been the story and lore of the Tengu. I hope you enjoyed this video. The Tengu are a really interesting race that we don't know much about, especially the Dominion of Winds. There are a lot of speculation regarding it, and if we will ever get to explore it. I hope we do, but ArenaNet has to grant us access first. Anyway, with that said, thank you for watching this video. Please like and comment something you learned or something that you would like to hear. Also subscribe to not miss future lore content in this format. Now, take care, and I will see you in the next story. Goodbye.